All right, stream is started. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of different stuff today, and I'm super excited. We'll try to keep it under an hour. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Does that sound like a good plan? All right.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
All
Um,
right.
Jerry, you said Tyler's not there.
Tyler is not here. He was at a hog show today. Did a bunch of work around the house this morning and went to a hog show with his not girlfriend.
With his girlfriend, not girlfriend.
Not girlfriend. Yeah, they went to a hog show today, and I think they went to a graduation party. I think he's up working with cattle right now. Go figure.
Is he? On
Sorry
a
about
Sunday
that.
night. That's funny. He's always working. All right. Well,
All right. Here we are, guys.
are we live?
We
We're
are
live.
live.
Okay. Hey guys, what's up? It's David here from the Jack and Dave Show, and we are doing our Chrome and Steel Radio roundup for the month of June. Let's do some quick introductions. You heard her in the background, but producing today is, of course, Madison from the Jack and Dave Show. She's producing today, so say what's up.
What's up, guys?
Also, in the left-hand corner of the screen here, we have Mr. Bill Weaver, just back from Alaska. There he
Good
is.
morning, everybody.
His beverage of choice
Morning
in
or-
hand.
Morning or evening, whatever it is. That's
Yeah.
daylight so much up there, I've lost track.
Wherever you're at, exactly. Yeah, so he just got back from Alaska, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then Mr. Jerry Novak, host of Bull Hall and BS. By the way, Mr. Bill Weaver is the host of Out on the Road Show with Bill Weaver. Jerry Novak is the host of Bull Hall and BS, and he's missing his host tag-along partner, Mr. Tyler. Mr. Tyler's working tonight. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's just weekly chores.
Yep.
Weekly chores. We're a month away from our county fair, so
Oh, big deal then. Yeah, you got a lot of work to do. Yep.
all that kind of stuff. He went to a hog show. Why he did that, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Probably
the reason.
involved a young lady, a not girlfriend.
All of us old people are here on a radio show while he's working. That's a little bit, suspicious, right? But if he's hanging out with his girlfriend, not girlfriend, that's good. So today we're talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. The Chrome and Steel Radio Roundup is, of course, when we get everybody together. Hope is not here right now. It's her daughter's. I can't remember which daughter it is, but it's her daughter's birthday today, and so she's going to be popping in a little bit later, I think. But everybody's got crazy schedules, so we won't keep everybody up for too long on this Sunday night. But the first thing we want to talk about is the fact that GATS, the Great American Trucking Show in Dallas, Texas, is, of course, 2 months away. Basically, today's the 23rd, which is literally 2 months away from the Dallas Truck Show. And you've been hearing a lot about that from Overdrive and Rand McNally and a whole bunch of other different companies about the Dallas show there. But Mr. Bill Weaver, can you walk us through some of the entertainment venues that are going to be set up there in Dallas?
I've got so many booth appearances down there, I can't name them right now. But for me, all the Red Eye stage, I know Tyler Barker will be appearing, I believe, at every show they do down there, and I'll be appearing there, and along with many, many others. It hadn't been announced yet who their big guest is they'll have down there. Hopefully the Bellamy brothers again, and we can talk into coming out the parking lot.
That would be
I
super
I think
cool.
I saw that, Bill. I think I saw the Bellamy brothers. Never mind. That's at the XIT Rodeo in Dalhart, Texas. First
Yeah, I seen
Friday.
that.
That's the first Saturday. That's the first Friday in August. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
That's where I
But,
saw it.
but I'm headlining down on the parking lot Saturday night from 9 till 11.
There you
and
go.
We'll all go out from 11 to 11:30, and they haven't named I don't think they've got a sponsor for a big entertainer down there yet. So I think there might be some surprises to come out of Bill Weaver on that one.
You are. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we won't release anything else.
Not giving my word on that, and I got to keep my lips zipped.
That's fair. Big stuff from Bill Weaver down in Dallas, though. So you're definitely going to want to be there. I know, obviously, Bill, you're going to be there. Jerry, you're not going to be in Dallas, are you?
Nope. I got something going on, and the last full week of July, I've got our county fair.
That's right.
I've got that going on, and then I got something going on in August. I'm going to try to make down at Bristol Motor Speedway with Trucker Nation. I'm going to see how that's going to work out.
Very cool. Right.
And working on a deal with Pure Country Livestock Association, a benefit we're working on in September. If we can get all the details lined out, we're going to be doing a benefit here in Ohio for them as well. So we'll kind of keep everybody posted on that deal.
That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of events coming up. I'm very excited about that. And if you can make it down to the Dallas show in the Kay Bailey Hutchison Convention Center there in Dallas for the Great American Trucking Show, please do. There's a whole bunch of stuff down there. And if you haven't been, honestly, that's one of the two shows you definitely want to hit up. Is one is Matt's and the other one is Gat's. So make it down there if you can. I can't make it, unfortunately. I'm going to a car show, so I'm being lame and not going to the truck show this year. But I will be there probably next year. Miss Madison will probably be there though for me in my
Yes.
place.
I'm hoping to head
She'll have a-
down to Gats
yeah.
for sure. I've never been, but I'm excited
She'll have
to
a
check it out.
camera and capture all the cool stuff down there. So that is the GAT stuff, and from what Bill's telling us, basically, there's gonna be a whole bunch of music like there was last year. Are they still doing stuff there in the entrance way there, the main entrance when you walk in? Is Red Eye still in the same place?
I'm sure it will be.
Awesome.
Red Eye'll have all that set up, but usually they try to have it about the same place.
Good
And
deal. Yeah, so if you're in the convention center there, as soon as you walk in, it's right to your right is the Red Eye Radio booth there, and they'll have a stage set up and a whole bunch of stuff set up on the tables. But Bill, I'm sure you're going to be there at least once every day, right?
yeah,
Awesome,
every day.
Awesome. And then
Something else down on the parking lot,
Sure.
St. Christopher Fund is going to have a dunk tank down there with a bunch of different people in it. Yours truly has gotten volunteered for that deal.
did you
Ooh.
get volunteered or voluntold for
Yeah,
that one?
voluntold,
you-
that's what
I
that
got
sounds
I got voluntold on it. So
yeah, you're going to do that?
down
Oh
at
man.
Dunk Bill Weaver, bring it on, bring your balls.
There you go. Yeah, bring your money for St. Christopher's Fund. Great organization, and come dunk Bill Weaver. I think Taylor. Speaking of Taylor Barker, we just saw his Facebook post about his eye and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but that was really interesting, and I saw his video and stuff.
Oh.
So I hope he gets better, and we'll see him in Dallas, I'm sure too, because he's
Me-
part of the top three for the Overdrive Talent Contest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We're going to have him and Ken Freeman and
What was the third one?
Dadgone it, I know the third one, and I can't call his name, and ought to have a butt kick. So I know who he is musically, but I'm not a personal friend of his, so I don't
I
recall.
was going to say,
his name.
I feel like name is right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember who it is. Seen him around. I'm gonna have to look it
Yeah,
up now.
Taylor's eye's messed up bad. He's in the hospital up in Indy right now.
Yeah, not too far
Yeah,
from us.
we actually had a driver have the same thing happen to him.
Yikes.
He was in the hospital for about 3 or 4 days out west.
So how does that happen?
I swelled up real bad like that. They think it was a tick bite.
Oh,
On his
I'll tell you what
eye?
happened to Taylor. Taylor won't admit it, but I have it on good authority. He was over to Love's. He was looking through the hole in the battery.
oh my God. Oh,
You know what?
shit.
Maybe my buddy Hero was the one that was on the other side of the wall because he's the one last week.
Oh, Taylor
He's trying to
Barker.
see what a real truck driver looks like. He was spying on the pool.
Oh man, he's not even here to
If
defend
your-
himself.
If
Poor
your
guy.
fridge can't pick on you while you're in the dang hospital, who can pick on you? Huh?
That's hilarious. You know what?
Yeah,
That's a
Sheree
great.
drove up there. She's up there with him, and we're praying for him to get better.
Absolutely.
Taylor's a dear friend. So.
That's a great topic that we could talk about today. Sometimes we go into shows, guys, without topics, and we just found our topic for today. What is the worst injury that you two have sustained while driving and or in your line of work?
Sidebar
Bill,
on
you
that.
lead it on.
I found the third
Sciatica.
person.
Your sciatic nerve.
Sciatic nerve, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Jerry, you fell off a trailer, didn't you? Or no, it was a barn.
It was our working barn for cattle. I kind of had a mishap in there.
Oh,
Ended up
yeah.
with-
Fell off the barn onto the trailer.
Oh man. Two
well,
for
no,
one.
no, there was no,
for
actually, there
one.
was no trailer. It probably would have hurt less. I fell off the roof
Oh,
of the
man.
barn trying to repair a pretty sketchy construction job. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Somebody who experienced this. The barn was built before I was there.
Right.
I was trying to fix somebody else's screw up, and in the process of fixing the screw up,
Trying to do that, yeah.
I lost my balance, which is a whole other story that goes without losing my balance. When I fell backwards. I was, I don't know, 8-10 feet off the ground. I fell backwards in one of those backwards twisting motions
Ooh.
on a 6x6 that was set in concrete. Drove it up. Now, the worst part of it, Maddie, I just heard you gasp.
Oh.
I broke 3 ribs on the deal. One of them was a re-brake from 2 months before that because of an
Oh.
accident of a non-attentive driver that pulled out from a stop sign, turned me sideways, and thank the good Lord above I'm still here because I went through a highline pole sideways
Yeah.
at 55 miles an hour.
That was your bad wreck,
Oh
right?
my God.
Yeah, that was my bad one. I mean, it demolished it. Power lines coming down across the hood of my 1-ton. It wasn't pretty. Needless to say, the 1-ton didn't fare well. But I got healed up from
Yikes.
that, working around the barn, and lost my balance,
Falls
landed on
off
a
a
6x6. I've never hurt so bad in my
Oh,
life.
man.
Oh my gosh.
But a month later, they put the ladder away, never used it, didn't have any need for it. Pulled the ladder out of the barn, and I said, "Is that the ladder I was using?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "Look at that leg on the backside. Why is that thing cracked? Well, it's been like that for a long time."
Oops. Oops. Safety
Gotta
approved
love
right there.
Oh,
Safety approved.
love
Only
that.
There
the
you go.
best. Yeah,
There
there
it
you
was.
go. That's funny.
I'm not
Um,
going to go into the history of that ladder, but supposedly that's sentimental value. And I said, "You can take your sentimental value. You and it can go home because I don't ever want to see that."
Oh,
You bet.
man.
Oh my god.
There you go. So, Bill, you said yours was your sciatic.
Oh yeah, that sciatic nerve pain, but
How did you
I've had many
how'd you get that?
injuries
Yeah.
over the years. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what happened to cause it. It's very common just for truck drivers
Right.
and not improper stretching. Person, it's very important. And I wish Hope was in here to hear me say this. That
Yeah.
stretching every day is so important. But I always carried my wallet in my right pants pocket and in my back pocket.
Right. As do
And
I.
you don't realize that half inch or inch, whatever it is, of thickness. And hell, my wallet's like a woman's purse. You can open it up, and thing will explode, stuff will go flying. You know? But it was actually it had started bothering me prior to GATS 2 years ago. It'd been hurting for years, just
Mhm.
off and on. And I could stretch it out. Man, we was down there at GATS carrying that equipment around and stuff, walking so far and so fast. It set in, and the day we went home, I went down there to the parking lot to tell everybody goodbye. I couldn't even hardly get out of the damn pickup.
Ooh.
And I went to chiropractor numerous times. It just didn't do nothing. The only thing that works for it's stretching and ibuprofen. Even the doctor prescribed me some hydros for it. They don't touch it. Just ibuprofen does it better than anything, and lots of stretching. But if you're a young guy or if you're anybody that don't have sciatic nerve pain and you have anything under one of your ass cheeks driving, get it out of there while you drive. I'll tell you now. I guarantee you,
Wise words from Bill.
I would not wish this kind of pain on Muammar Gaddafi. I'm telling you right now.
It's that bad. Yeah. I mean, nerve pain is the
it's
worst.
that
Yeah.
bad.
Bill, did you ever have any incidents when you were doing hot shot work with flatbeds? I know you
Oh
did.
yeah. Oh
Lay
yeah.
one on us. Lay one on us. Of your
Well, I'll
most
tell you what.
important-
I had a quick pickup on a machine, a stamping machine, a ink printing machine to print ink on cloth, and I'd got the bid on this, and it paid ridiculous. I was down in Florida picking it up, and they required that it be tarped. And of course, this high enough dollar machine, I wanted to tarp it, and I'm out here in the rain putting a tarp over this so it don't get rained on. Go figure, Florida. And anyways, it was just a little bit taller than I was that I couldn't reach over it and do what I wanted to with my tarp and double it and fasten it without maybe the tarp rubbing the machine and rubbing the paint off of it or eating my tarp up. So I thought, genius me, I'll climb up. There's a little place on the machine I can kind of step on. And I stepped up over that machine, and that damn tarp was doubled and wet, and it slipped. And I flipped my white ass right over the other side of it, out onto the ground off my trailer.
Oh my
Yep.
Landed
god.
down there in the mud.
Ouch.
That old boy was out there watching me. He said, "Well, you don't do this very often, do you?" Said, "I'll guarantee you one thing, I won't do it that way very often."
Did you get up to? Was the first thing you did when you got up look around to make sure nobody saw you land?
Oh no, there's a bunch of them out there see me
Oh.
laying. Sure, a crowd of them laughing their ass off at me. But,
See that
it
happened to
was
me.
It didn't
I was-
hurt me though. It just hurt my pride. It hurt my pride real bad.
I was unloading blanks up in it was actually up in Marion, Indiana. Unloaded blanks and I crawled out of the back. I was pulling covered wagon at the time. I pulled the tarp open. You always go back out through the little hole in between the stake pockets. Well, I used to grab a hold of the crossbar and just kind of swing out through there. Just kind of swing out the back when I was younger and dumber, especially dumber. Swung out of there. When I did, I lost my footing. And the back of that trailer went right up my back from my belt all the way to my shoulder. Straight hit the ground. This guy looked at me. I just covered my eyes. I looked at him, and he just shook his head and looked away like I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. Yep. That's funny.
And I know Bill's probably done this as well. step out of the cab of the truck, and what happens? You miss the top step on the battery box.
Oh,
or the
I
fuel
was
tank.
going to bring that one up, especially them old Kenworth anteaters. If it's
Yep,
wet
yep.
outside, if you boot tip that step,
Yep.
I mean, you're not all the way on it because you only had this much step on that top step anyway.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
get the boot tip on it, you put your weight on it, and that boot bends a little bit, and just rips the front
Yep.
off your.
I
You're still
put,
hanging on the steering wheel, hanging there, and you don't want to let nobody know you're hurting. You're like,
Oh,
I'm okay, I'm okay,
well,
and you're not.
my dumbass went out forwards one day. Was
That's
just
hilarious.
stepping out of the Peterbilt. Stepped down on the battery box.
Oh,
you know?
did you just
I
go
went out
face
forwards
first? Oh
and flat
man.
on my face out in the grass in the middle of the night.
Oh, those
Mm.
boxes are far down. I don't blame you, Jerry.
I'm crying.
Yeah, those boxes
my
are quite a
God.
ways down. So, oh
No, it's
my
not as
God.
bad as falling completely out of the cab of a cab over.
That's funny. That would hurt.
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, you don't realize how far 3 or 4 feet is until you fall 3 or 4 feet unexpectedly, and it's a long dadgum way.
But it's not the fall that hurts. It's that sudden
It's the
stop.
sudden stop at the
Yeah.
end. Gosh darn it.
Exactly.
Oh,
my
man.
gosh,
So this
that's
kind of
funny.
ties in really well to a new to our Chrome and Steel Club, and also a new video that we're putting out here called Trucker Tales. And so Jerry has volunteered to be made fun of for the next, well, I don't know, until the end of time, basically. And the first Trucker Tale video that we're putting out is all about the alpaca story. So if you guys
It's told by Bill Weaver.
as told by Bill Weaver. So if you guys have ever wondered about the alpaca story or how Jerry got his name as the alpaca hauler, you guys will definitely want to join the Chrome and Steel Club, because it's the only way you can get that video is if you join the Chrome and Steel Club. So if you go to chromeandsteelradio.com, you can watch Bill Weaver tell the alpaca story and why big old Mr. Bull Hauler Jerry Novak is called alpaca hauler now. There you go. So
What a strange
Well,
turn of events that he would text me and say what he did while I'm on a live nationally syndicated radio.
I know, right? It's like he wanted people to know what he was doing, right? But the whole story is going to be told by Mr. Bill Weaver, and we might have Jerry tell it as well, just for the extra details. But that's going to be coming in late August. We're going to sit down and record that.
Bill will not forget the details. It's fresh in his mind.
It's fresh.
He'll never forget those
He'll
details.
never forget those. Yeah.
No, because I was laughing so hard, as was everybody else. We within 3 minutes there was a song dedicated to Jerry. There's a National Alpaca Day that we're trying to establish
I love it.
for Jerry.
There we go. We have shirts actually coming. I don't know if you know this, Bill, but we have shirts coming called that it says on the front of it says Haulpaca, #Haulpaca.
Dang right.
There you go. So
Dang right.
but if you guys want to see the alpaca story as told by Bill Weaver, and you want a chance to purchase one of the Haulpaca shirts, it's going to have an alpaca head on it and a whole bunch of stuff. So if you want to purchase those, go to chromeandsteelradio.com and join our Chrome and Steel Club. The Chrome and Steel Club is totally free. All we need is your email and a password, and that's it. So that right there is the Trucker Tales segment right there. And that was perfect right there. You guys got started on your Trucker Tales and your injury stories, and we transitioned right into that. Another thing we can talk about injury wise is Hope's show.
Well, I've got some bull lined up. I've got some ballers lined up that are going to tell some
That's
bull
right.
hauling
Yeah.
tales.
You've
Not
got
it's
more
not just
people, yeah.
bull.
You've got
It's
Jeremy's telling one, right?
phenomenal. Yeah, Jeremy's got a great one. It involves flying dinosaurs.
Flying dinosaur. What?
Yes,
What?
yes.
Okay. Flying dinosaurs.
These
All right.
dinosaurs.
Jerry, y'all need to lay
Yep.
off smoking that CBD oil a little bit. It's getting a little bit wild in here now.
Flying dinosaurs,
No,
apparently.
actually, it was Starbucks that caused it.
Oh boy.
There we
It
go.
was a
enough said.
Starbucks.
Causing people
was
to
a-
hallucinate. Oh,
It was a
Lord.
Starbucks induced haze.
That's hilarious. Tell people who Jeremy is, Jerry, just so people that
Yeah,
don't know
sure.
him.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Jansen. He's been on with me a couple of times. I think he was on with Tyler once as well. Jeremy's the CEO of Pure Country Livestock Association. They're a 501c3. They do a lot for autism awareness. They do benefits for that, as well as pediatric cancer research, like St. Jude. They do quite a bit. Jerry personally has done a Christmas deal in Sioux City, Iowa, at a children's hospital. Did like got a handful of truck drivers. They showed up and spread some Christmas cheer to the kids that were hospitalized. And I know in the summertime they do a like a cruising deal out in Sioux City. Also, he's from that area, to a
Gotcha.
boys' home. And I think we're going to get something like that started out here in the Miami Valley this year as well.
That's
So,
awesome.
I mean, like I said, Jeremy started.
Uh-oh.
Jerry's got that.
Actually,
He said there were
I
storms.
can't remember who
Yeah.
it was.
There
Got-
might be storms. Oh, did we lose Jerry? Yeah. I know
Uh-oh.
there's storms rolling through the
I'm here.
Midwest. Oh, he's here. He's here. We're good. We're good. Yeah. So Jeremy is he's the head of Pure Country Livestock, and I know that Jerry, you're doing a whole bunch of stuff with Pure Country Livestock here soon. So, but
yeah.
you'll be seeing a whole bunch of stories from Jeremy and Jerry and Bill and all those people on our Trucker Tales segment. So, did we finally lose Jerry? See,
He's coming in and out.
yeah, I
like
think
he-
it's these dang storms, man. And the other thing we need to talk about is all these storms in the Midwest there.
So,
I'll tell you what, they've been horrible. They've been horrible down through here, and I've got that backhoe parked out here. I was doing some work the other day. I was intending on finishing it up yesterday. Had some unexpected company, and so I didn't do no work yesterday. And man, all at once, here comes the storms, and it stormed all night. My little dog Nico's been just worried to death.
Aw,
Oh,
poor baby.
there's just so much rain. I know here in Indiana, we've been pounded for the past week of just thunderstorm after thunderstorm. I went to a concert on Friday, and it was supposed to rain basically the entire time we were there. So enough of the rain. We're done with it. Actually, Maddie, helpful as she is, she sent me a link to the last finalist in the Overdrive talent search, and it is Jason Henley. That's his name. Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
Jason.
Jason Henley.
Jason Henley. So I wanted to make sure we got
Jason, if you happen to be watching Jason, I so apologize. I could not think of your name, but I deal with and what's funny is every year I get asked to be a judge on this thing.
Yeah.
And every year for the past 4 years, I have known 2 of the contestants
that. Yeah.
personally in it, so I can't fairly judge it. And I'll tell them.
Yeah. You
And
can.
I know Randall Riley keeps saying, or Overdrive keeps thinking I'm petering out on him, but I'm not going to judge something whenever I've got a friend in there. It's
Yeah,
just
you don't want to
unfair.
be. You don't want to be. You know, you don't want to be
Biased.
biased, and you also don't want to have a conflict of interest there, obviously. So
Yeah, exactly.
totally makes sense.
And it would look bad on them, if it were found out. And
Exactly.
I'll guarantee you, I'd be honest and fair with it, but still, it just ain't. You don't do it that way.
Their announcement on their website says the 6th annual. I didn't know this was their 6th already. The 6th
Oh, yeah.
annual
Mhm.
Overdrive Red Eye Radio Trucker Talent Search received more than 50 entries from talented truckers who love to sing. A panel of judges reviewed all the entries, and Overdrive featured 10 top contenders before the judges selected 3 finalists. And so those 3 finalists, of course, are Jason Henley, Ken Freeman, and Taylor Barker. So both
Congrats to them.
congrats to them. Yeah, and then they'll be. Are they? They're getting. The finalist or whoever the winner is in GATS, right? They're announcing that there.
Yeah, they'll
Okay.
announce it. They'll have a contest there, and they'll announce it the day of the contest. Tony Justice is going to MC it.
That's right. I
As
remember
he
that. Now.
has the past 3 or 4 years, and then them guys will all go up there and sing a couple and be judged. They usually sing one and they judge them. Sometimes they'll have them come back and sing another one.
Good deal.
All of them great singers and great artists.
Yeah. And they
I think
get
Taylor-
a
Taylor's
recording
pushing
session,
a
right?
little bit too far, trying to get this sympathy from this hospital visit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's milking that
Whatever
eye.
works. He's trying to get that sympathy vote.
Yeah, he's milking that eye injury. Taylor, we
Yeah,
know
he's
it's
gonna
all
milk it.
prosthetics. Yeah, it's all makeup.
He'll probably come down there looking like Captain Bligh. He'll have a wooden arm, wooden leg.
Yeah,
eye
he'll have
patch.
he'll have both eyes covered up this time. Yeah, there you go. Can't even read the music.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor's gonna kill me. He's gonna whoop my ass if he can ever get out of the hospital to see
Oh,
me.
that's right. Yeah, if he could find you. Yeah. Oh
Well,
man.
you gotta do
I'll
is
tell you
keep it
what,
together.
I'm
look-
I'm proud he got to the hospital, man. That eye looks bad.
It
That's
looks
a bad-
really bad. I couldn't even look at it for a
I know.
while. I was like, I got sick to my stomach. I was like, oh man.
I need to see this. I
Ugh,
haven't seen
no,
it.
you don't want to look at it. You don't
Ugh.
want to look
Yeah,
at
you
it.
gotta do-
No,
You-
just imagine the sickest thing you've ever seen with an eyeball.
Just
Imagine that.
Just don't.
Seen it.
Yep, it's not worth it. Not worth it.
Mm.
Ugh. Nope. Another thing we can talk about with injuries is Hope Savara. And since Bill was talking about stretching earlier, this is a big one. Hope has been putting out a whole bunch of really cool new shows about pain and especially like health in the trucking industry. I think she posted an article that I read the other day that 52% of truckers are considered overweight. The national average is 38% or something like that. So when we're talking about health and injuries and stuff like that, a good way to prevent that is to watch Hope's show, which is a daily dose of hope. Every Thursday at 9 a.m. So that's a big one. I know yoga doesn't sound too glamorous for you guys out there in the trucking industry, but trust me, when you are in as much pain as Bill Weaver and his sciatic nerve and Jerry when he fell off that barn, I'm sure you would wish you would have did some yoga.
I wouldn't have done any good yoga.
You wouldn't have done any yoga?
Up where I can put my feet behind
there you
my
go.
head.
Look at that. All the way behind his head. All the way behind the head.
It ain't easy, but it's fun.
Magic, yeah.
It ain't easy, but it's fun.
It's crazy, man. She can just
No, put your feet back. Put your shoes back on, man. I can smell that on the way up here, brother.
Oh, man.
No kidding.
You guys are hilarious.
Smellophone. We're on a smellophone.
All right. So, okay. We talked about Overdrive. We talked about everything else. Mr. Jerry, who do you have? Didn't you tell me you were bringing somebody else on Bullholland BS here soon?
I haven't been able to get in touch with him. He's got a schedule a lot like mine, but my brother who lives down in Atlanta gave me a really good idea.
Yeah.
He said he can set this up. You ever heard of a group called the Psycho DeVilles? They play rockabilly.
No. Psycho DeVilles?
Yeah, the Psycho DeVilles.
Inform us, yeah.
Walt from the Psycho DeVilles is a really good friend of my brother's. He said, why don't you try to get him on? He's actually got a song called 18-Wheeler Man. So I want to take a listen to that song. And Lonnie told me he could get it set up to have this guy come on. You know, it's not, instead of us being always country all the time, all of us freaking dumbass truck drivers country. This is more of a rockabilly type of sound. So kind of change things up here, you know.
Yeah.
Try to help. So we're going to do to get that set
up. That sounds like fun. Yeah. So you're looking for getting that guy on there, and you also want to have who's your other friend?
Oh, Brian Lewis.
That's right.
Brian Lewis. He does some politically incorrect songs as well, but he I know you're laughing about it.
I looked up his other video the other day. I can't remember what's that video that you told me about.
I don't want to drag politics in it, but it's actually a good one. It's called I Think My Dog's a Democrat.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, I watched that the other day. That was so funny.
No, Brian has some really good serious songs he's written.
He really does.
Hell of a writer.
He really does. I consider him a good friend.
And he's a beautiful guy, just a great guy, just a good man.
That's really hilarious.
Yeah, he's from over on the other side of Columbus. He does a lot of stuff. He's actually toured with opened for Charlie Daniels, Hank Jr. And he does a lot with Aaron Lewis as well. So
Aaron Lewis,
Kid Rock. I think he play with Kid Rock or open for Kid Rock or something on one.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah,
I think so.
I know he does a lot with Aaron Lewis on a lot of.
Aaron Lewis is really good. So
maybe,
that's awesome.
Maybe that's who I'm thinking of, is Aaron Lewis instead of Kid Rock.
Yeah, then he wants to kind of develop a following within the trucking industry, and Bill might be able to mentor him on some pretty good ideas as far as some good trucking type of music as well.
I've
Jerry
got
gets
him
all
some
the good
songs.
guests.
Actually, I was supposed to email to him. I'm glad you said that because I've never done so.
Go figure.
There you go. Now, doing business on the show. But yeah, Jerry gets all the cool guests. Jerry and Hope have all the cool guests, and all we have is Jerry. So I mean,
what a slam! You don't have to take that, Jerry.
Jerry's
you
really
want me to
getting
kick
a hell
his
of a
butt?
good following. Jerry's show's really getting a good following to it. 'Cause these bull haulers are very loyal people.
Oh yeah.
That being said, I wish everybody you hear us talking about Hope's show, A Daily Dose of Hope. You think about it on its face, you might think, well, show about yoga and about exercise. Ain't that exciting? Guys, I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing more important you can do for your body. And I'll tell you firsthand than stretching properly. It's more important than any exercise you can do or anything else. Because when you sit around improper, like I'm sitting right now, you don't sit in proper posture.
Good posture.
We do that all the time in these trucks. We're just always trying to get comfortable. And most of the time, things wrong.
11 hours a day driving down the road. And what do? You get out of the bunk, you walk in. Some people grab bigger sodas than others. Some people don't drink any sodas. Walk inside, try to get a close parking spot, walk back out the truck and take their 10-hour break.
Yep, get yourself a 32-ounce Slurpee.
I get myself really getting stoved up. You know, driving, I'm pretty fortunate. I get to go out and chase cattle sometimes. Some days more than others. Some days doing vertical lunges to get away from them, climbing gates as fast as you can. But still, I mean, I'll catch myself if I'm on a long drag, get out every couple 100 miles and actually stretch, do some deep leg stretches. And
yeah, I feel like inactivity is really what kills truckers. And I mean, look how many guys you see in a truck stop or whatever that have some kind of problem, or they're walking weird, or they got a limp or something like that. That's all from bad posture, sitting in a bad seat or the wrong way. And Hope, the cool thing that Hope does is she really tries to focus her exercises and stretches around the schedule and the needs of truckers. So personally, I think Hope's show is awesome, and it's helped me. Even though I'm not a driver, I've started stretching and doing other stuff to get my body limber and stuff. And the aches and pains are really what make life, suck sometimes, and it's a lot easier when you stretch. So, 100% agree. Okay, so next thing we want to talk about is I read an article the other day, and we talked about this on the Jack and Dave show actually, but they rated the states by best to worst in the transportation industry. Can you guys take a guess who was first and who was last?
Last being the worst.
The worst state in the union for the transportation industry, and the first being the best. Yes.
I'm going to say Pennsylvania or Indiana for the worst.
I
really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
California.
So best was Nevada. Can you guys believe that? Nevada of all states was the best.
There's not that many trucks go out there.
Yeah.
There's nobody there. Yeah.
Yep. Nevada was the best.
Wait a minute. Let me throw this one in there. It might be Iowa's very not trucker friendly as well, especially the livestock world.
Believe it or not, Rhode Island is the worst state.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that, because after their tolls on the trucks only up there, you don't want to hear Bill Weaver's opinion of Rhode Island.
You don't want to hear Bill's.
I think they better be busted last fall.
They better be proud I'm not a cop anymore, and I see somebody with Rhode Island plates breaking the law in my county, though.
That's funny. I'm trying to find the whole list.
There wouldn't be no breaks.
I think there was a super load out in Rhode Island. I'm not sure somebody tried to outlaw one in there or whatever they were doing. I think it was like a $20 million fine or something.
In Rhode Island?
Yes, they were. I think.
Oh my God!
It was. Oh yeah, it was. It was stupid.
They went back and charged them for every bridge that they had crossed that was in violation.
Before they got fined.
Ridiculous. It's like $18.4 million or something. Something way ridiculous.
Oh my God!
Time to file bankruptcy.
Yeah, I hope he settled on that one.
Yeah.
What's the biggest ticket that you guys have gotten?
Out of Maryland that did it. They got nailed too.
I think so.
What's the biggest ticket that you two have gotten personally that you're allowed to talk about on there?
Go ahead, Bill. I'll let you start.
The biggest one I've ever actually paid, I guess, about $2,600.
Ouch! Was it a DOT ticket?
Yeah, down in Mississippi on my 30th birthday. Yeah, it was.
Wow,
it was a very good birthday.
Great birthday present.
And that one there, I'll be honest with you, I hate to say something good about any DOT, especially in Mississippi, but I had that one coming, because I met him. I was running head on about 96 miles an hour in a 35, and should have went to jail. And I was about 40,000 pounds overweight for the road that I was on, and I just jumped on the road and took a shortcut because I had celebrated my 30th birthday the night before. And woke up about 5 hours late, but I knew a shortcut that they never run any law on. Met them head on in a carload of trainees, and boy, they cleaned my pipes, buddy. They were nice about it though, and they cut me on speed, and they didn't write me for speeding. He told me, said, if I write you for speeding, I'll have to take you to jail.
Oh, well, I'm glad they gave you a break at least a little bit so that you could walk or drive out of there at least. So.
But my company ate the rest of the money, so I paid them out of pocket. Company reimbursed me for it. So that's been well, that's my 30th birthday, so that's 21 years ago, fixing to be 22.
Damn, Jerry, can you top that?
Actually, it's right in the same ballpark. I wasn't speeding though. I was rolling across I-80 in Nebraska back in the old Scales. Bill will remember when the old Scales there by Crete. before they built the new Super Coops. You used to get off
Yeah.
by the Phoenix fuel stop and get off the off ramp and then go down the frontage road and then loop back
Go
around.
down below Sapp Brothers.
Yep. Anyway, I come down there. I had some truck problems. It was a very expensive trip to Seward, Nebraska. I think the ticket alone was right in that $2,600
Ooh.
$2,600 range. I had blown a tire, knocked off the leveling valve, the arm on the leveling valve, and unbeknownst to me, it had dumped all the air off the back axle and the spread axle. So when I rolled across there, I had 37,000 pounds on the lead axle. I had 5,000 on the back. Once I determined where the problem was at, it threw all the geometry back over, and I was like, believe it or not, it lightened up the whole thing, what was back there, because it moved that weight forward, and I put the air back in the back.
Right.
I had like 36 on the spread then. But what got me is he was ready to haul me away and impound the truck because he said my ICC number wasn't any good. And I said, yes, it is. The number, it was the ICC number that the company I was leased to was number 263. ICC number 263. They said, well, that number's no good. I said, well, then try putting a couple of zeros in front of it. And it came up and he goes, well, then those zeros should be on there. And I said, look at my paperwork. It has the ICC number 263.
Very early established company.
Yeah.
Very early established companies. Grondike, when I drove for them, I don't want to lie, but their number is in the 50s. But they were established in 1933, 34.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was a flatbed operation. I think Mawson out of Pennsylvania is like number 11 or something like that.
Yeah. There's some of them still get down in the single digits. That still
I
the company,
single digits, but
or not single digits, down in the double digits. There's several of them that are still in existence that's been continually operating for that long.
Yeah,
really. That's
kind of going back to I was on a permitted route one time over in West Virginia, and I pride myself on doing capital improvements that trip on the route that West Virginia put me on. Did $19,000 damage to the load while I was en route with the load with an overweight load. Actually, I think I did the bridge painting crew a favor when I hit it. I struck the bridge. It probably knocked 5,000 pounds of rust out from under the bridge.
Oh man.
I think I did about $19,000 damage to that crane, but it was like, oh well, what's done is done. Let's roll.
Stuff happens.
The whole part wasn't paying attention is what happened.
Oops. Hey man, that's what happens though. So $2,500 around for a ticket. That's quite a bit. Yeah. Wow. All right.
Well, this was back in the mid '90s when I got that one too.
Oh, so it would have been more nowadays than probably, right?
Probably $10,000 now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
Well, you figure that one of mine, that was 22 years ago. So the fine schedules went up accordingly.
Quite a bit. Absolutely. Wow. So most expensive tickets right there, Maddie. What's your most expensive ticket?
Oh, I think I had a speeding ticket that was like 150 or 175.
That's child's play.
Oh, good God, Maddie.
Not that bad.
A whole $170. Oh wow, $180.
Hey, I'm a very good driver.
That's what the scales I blew.
He said make
Tell us
something
about
up.
that eighth offense. Tell us about that eighth offense DWI that cost you $38,000 or something.
Oh,
Good God, you're hanging with truckers.
Oh my God. Yeah, you gotta pull out a whopper. Come on, trucker tails. You gotta get your trucker tail ready.
Make something up.
My little Honda CRV won't do much damage.
There was this one time I put rocket boosters on my CRV and drove it into a school bus.
It doesn't even have a muffler on it right now, or a left-hand door handle.
There you go. There you go.
It's not.
Hey man, it's indestructible though. That's what Hondas are good for.
It'll run forever. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maddie, keep
Be
going.
like
You're getting reason
old
out of this
Steve
deal.
Earle. Steve Earle said it best, guys. He said she's got the 396. She's got a 4 on the floor, and those stickers on the window ain't just for show. My sweet little 66.
There you go. Hot Rod CRV. There you go, Maddie. All right.
Exactly.
Okay, so that was worst tickets. We've done worst injury today. Madison, do you have a topic you'd like to talk about today on the Chroma Steer Radio Roundup?
I can't think of anything good.
I'm
drawing a blank.
I have some stuff from Overdrive we can talk about. I have some stuff. Let's see. So we can talk about Miss Sierra Sugar. That's one thing for Chrome and Steel news. I guess. Miss Sierra Sugar is going to be writing for the Chrome and Steel Radio website here coming up soon. She's already submitted her first article to us. And so we're going to approve that and get that on the website here as soon as we can. But if you guys like written content, Sierra Sugar will be writing for Chrome and Steel here, hopefully at least one article a month. So Sierra also writes for Overdrive and some other stuff. She's been really busy recently, but she's writing an article for Chrome and Steel. So
Yay.
keep that in mind. And if you guys like written stuff, make sure you go to chromeandsteelradio.com and join the Chrome and Steel Club so you can see all of her stuff. Both Bill and Jerry Novak are both avid readers of Miss Sierra's stuff. So let's see.
Hey, I got to bust your chops right there. I like seeing that up there. Maddie, way to go. I don't think they're going to catch you.
Oh, I know, right?
What happened?
They're talking about our truck scores.
Oh, okay.
And how I'm just
Look at the-
slaying.
We need to have a talk about this, by the way. So for everyone watching, Maddie is destroying Jack and I right now, and I don't think neither of us have gotten a point in at least a month and a half. I don't think so. I'm about to just throw in the towel. This competition is over.
Did you use that old 1984 Kenworth picture I sent you for Truck of the Week
No, I
with
haven't.
old Boots Malone?
No, I haven't. No, we've only been using our stuff off our Instagram, so probably not. Because I'm sure Maddie will get her paws on it and then use it and then win another week of it. So
I was
it's
gonna say,
fine.
Jerry, you
Maddie-
should just direct message
Maddie, I'll
it to
send
me
it
and
to
I'll
you,
post
okay?
it. Yes, please.
Since Dave won't use it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah,
charge
look,
of all the social media anyway,
everyone's-
so he really doesn't have a say.
Everyone's against us here. Oh, another thing that we can talk about is the Mac history video that you just put out.
Oh yeah, that
So-
was cool. I was
so
just watching that again.
Everyone keeps tagging me in that video and telling me, "Oh my god, this looks great! It's such a great job." And I'm like, I didn't even make this video. I wrote the script. That's it. So
you
Maddie-
helped a little.
So Maddie, if you guys haven't, go to the Jack's Chrome Shop YouTube channel right now and look up our Mac history video. It's a 12-minute video about the history.
Almost
of,
13.
yeah, it's all about the history of Mac trucks. We've done one on Peterbilt, the Peterbilt square hood trucks. We did one on the W900, and we did one on the Freightliner FLD, FLC, and Classic series. So
Yeah.
Maddie does all those videos. I just get the credit for it. So make sure you go to Jack's Chrome Shop YouTube. Anyway, all right. So let's see, where are we at right here? Okay, we talked about that. Trucker Tales, Sierra Sugar, and let's see.
Does anybody have any 4th of July plans?
That's right. That's what we were going to talk
Anything
about.
that they're gonna do that's super
I totally
fun?
drew a blank. That's what we're going to talk about. Yeah. So July 4th is what, 2 weeks away?
Yeah,
A week
something
away?
like that. Something. I think it's during the
What's
week.
today?
Yeah,
Today's the
July
23rd.
got a big
4th,
plan.
Thursday.
it's a Thursday. Yeah, like Jerry said. Yep.
It is a
I've got
Thursday.
big plans going on. I'm gonna be out there in a big old white Peterbilt 579 hauling liquid up the highway.
Working.
Ooh. Maybe you'll see some fireworks wherever you're driving
Oh,
through,
he'll see
though.
a bunch
Maybe.
of them, I'm sure.
Hey,
Oh,
Bill.
I will. Every time I do this, they'll put me under a badly flammable load on a trailer that leaks a little bit, and I'll park at some truck stop where some jackass decides to get out there on the parking lot and start shooting fireworks, and I
Oh,
can't sleep
God.
all night.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Bill,
would-
you can come out to our place on the 6th if you happen to be passing through the area.
I might just do it. I don't know where I'll be, but
Yeah,
I need to
yeah, I'm just
that
saying.
little Alaska vacation. I need to thicken my wallet back up a little bit after that trip.
Are you having a
When you go
shindig,
back-
Jerry?
Are we having a shindig? The guy I work for throws shindigs, doesn't he, Bill?
Oh yeah.
Explain these shindigs. Are you talking about Evan or Ed's?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Evans Cattle Company. I got to plug them.
There you go,
They take care of us. Friday night, they'll have an employees' 4th of July party. Live music, all that kind of good stuff. Cater in, probably, I don't know, probably cater in steaks or something like that. And then on Saturday, it'll be a open to the community type of thing over here. We usually do. And
There you go.
he actually out of his pocket has a professional fireworks display come in that rivals most communities. That's all open to the community. Last year we played a chicken shit bingo. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one.
Chicken shit bingo. This sounds like
Yep.
something I'd be interested in.
You got a bird, you got a chicken cage. You put a board in there and you got numbers on it.
Okay.
You turn a chicken loose in there, whatever number it shits on, you win.
What? That's
Okay.
funny.
I'm serious. I mean,
That
we
is-
can't. We don't have a big enough cage to turn cows loose. It'd probably work a lot.
Was that a Jack joke? I can't.
It should have been.
That
Yeah.
should have been. It should have been
No,
a
I'm
Jack. Should have been
serious.
a Jack
I
joke.
will put a video on Chrome and Steel with chicken shit bingo.
All
I
right.
promise
That
you.
is
Do it.
hilarious.
Do it. Do it. Do it. I want to see this.
I would be feeding that damn chicken X-Lax right before that just to get the laugh. I
Right.
would. I ain't kidding. He'd blow all over every
Everywhere. All the
Well, last
numbers.
year-
All the
Last
numbers.
year it was kind of funny. What do chickens do when it starts getting dark?
I don't know.
Yeah, they roost.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They roost.
they roost. Yeah.
The chickens were going to sleep in the chicken hutch, and they were trying to get them to shit on there. It's like, come on,
They're
trying to scare the
getting
chicken.
ready for bed, man. They're done. Yeah, they're done for the day. That's funny. Oh man,
But-
speaking of animals and trucking, I have a funny news segment, and then we can get out of here if we
Ooh.
want. So, it's from Trucker News. So shout out to truckernews.com. It says a trucker hits 12-foot long alligator on Florida interstate.
Oh god, I
Alright.
knew it was gonna be
That
Florida.
alligator lived.
It,
That
did
alligator
it
lived.
really? Oh
read
my
that.
god! All right.
The alligator, 450 pounds and he lived.
Yeah.
Oh
It says a
my
tractor
God.
trailer driver in Florida on June 3rd hit a 12-foot long alligator that weighed in at 463 pounds.
Oh
The
my
trucker
gosh.
struck the beast in the head as it crossed
And
Interstate
it still
10
lived?
in Tallahassee, Florida. The gator survived the collision. Yeah. However, it later was euthanized because of the extent of its injuries. So,
Aw.
That answers a lot about them hill jacks down there in
Jesus.
Florida.
yeah.
Hard-headed.
I guarantee you.
This is the quote from the guy that says he, the gator, not the trucker, was pretty mad as you would expect. Yeah, if I got run over, if I got my head run over by a tractor trailer, I'd be pretty pissed off too. So, oh
Hey,
man,
On a serious note, since you're talking about news and really trying to paint the trucking industry in a bad light, was when it was all over the news here, that accident. What was that, up in New Hampshire or wherever?
94.
Yeah, where the motorcyclist got ran over. They said it was a truck driver. It was actually somebody in a pickup.
Yeah, it was the
It
it
was
was
a
the
pickup,
Marines,
man.
right? It was the Marines. Is that what you're talking
and
about?
it was a young kid. It was a young kid driving a pickup too with no driving experience. It's a very sad, tragic deal.
It is. It's
All
tragic.
the media outlets led you to believe it was a trucker. It says truck
Well-
versus motorcycles.
That's unfortunate.
Bill, you'll remember this. Remember back in 1988 on I-71 between Louisville and Cincinnati, that sign's still there. Side of the fatal bus accident.
Yep.
And that was all over the media. I remember this very distinctly. All over the news. Truck driver head-ons a bus on I-71.
Ooh.
It was a pickup driver and he was drunk. They said it was a drunk truck driver. Come to find out it was somebody in a pickup.
Yeah,
So-
that was a sad deal. Still a sad deal.
It is. But they always try to paint. There they go. They try to paint the
Yeah.
trucking industry as being a bunch of hoodlums and everything else.
Well,
Yeah.
have you had a chance to talk about your Fair Oak stuff? Because you wanted to talk about that also on your show. Did you talk about that on your
Well,
Bullhole and BS show?
Actually, I'm going to expand on that a little bit more
Okay.
on Tuesday night. There's some more stuff starting to go on.
Yeah.
Not only do we have eco terrorists, but now we have animal activist terrorists going on.
Oh boy.
I'm going to expand on that quite a bit. There's actually I'm not real sure where this took place. I got to dig it up a little bit more, but there was a vet called out to one of these animal activist groups, a vegan group,
Mhm.
that they called him in there and everything was all fine and dandy. The vet got back in the vehicle and left, and it was making all kinds of strange noises. Wasn't driving right. Took it to the mechanic. Come to find out, all the lug nuts had been loose and brake lines had been
Wow.
crimped and all kinds of stuff like this. So this is getting out of hand. And
Yeah, it's getting a little crazy.
here it is. It's bad enough out in the trucking industry what we've got against us, but those of us in the livestock industry, this is what we're going to be facing up against.
Yeah.
Is these protesters, which you see videos all the time of protesters at our processing facilities trying to block the access, entrance and exits, and even Bill and my buddies, Bill and myself, and we've got a buddy by the name of Robert Green. He hauls out of the other end of the plants,
hmm
refrigerated and frozen products, and they even
Here- yeah.
protest them.
Here in Lafayette, yeah, here in Lafayette. So for those of you who don't know, Jack's Crumb and where we record this, the podcast and stuff, is in Indiana, Lafayette. And Fair Oaks, which was that dairy farm that was recently all over the news about the animal rights activist or the animal rights violations. That's only 45 minutes away from us, 45, 50 minutes away from us. So, we're a farming community anyway. And so Purdue is here and it's a big ag school. So ag is, in our blood. And so it's a home story for us here. And so I'm sure Jerry will talk about that more on his next Bullhole BS episode on Tuesday, I'm sure. So,
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. So we'll talk more about that. And I'm sure there's more stuff coming out about that all the time. I haven't been able to read up on the new stuff about that case, but definitely something that hits hard, especially here in
Man,
central
I'll
Indiana.
tell you what. Not to jump in on
No,
your
you're
top
good.
of you, Dave, but this, all these people that use their First Amendment rights to protest, they need to realize we live in the greatest country in the world because of that First Amendment. But that does not give you the right to ever violate anybody's health, happiness, safety, or prosperity. Ever. You never have that right, because if you use that and you think it's a right, you're taking away someone else's rights. And the one right we don't have in this country is to ever endanger another or to take away their constitutional rights. And when a man or woman's out here just trying to make a living, there's plenty of people. I'll tell you what, I haul chemicals every day of my life when I'm out there. I don't agree with a lot of these chemical companies. I don't agree with their disposal methods. I don't agree with a lot of their manufacturing methods, but they provide me a living. It don't mean I have to agree with them.
Right.
Don't mean I have to like them, but I would never go in there and put somebody in danger. And these cattle haulers, they're out here just doing what they do, because what's going to happen down the road, some scientist is going to come out and prove that a head of lettuce has feelings when you pick it or you cut into it. And it'll be the same damn thing with vegetables.
Yep.
You mark my words, because that's how stupid this stuff's got.
We'll be eating dirt
It's
next.
how stupid it is. Well, and I'll tell you what, Jerry will tell you, Jerry treats animals with a great deal of respect and pride whenever he does his job, as does everybody he works with, as does our buddy Chuck. They take the best care of those animals. They're taken care of by the people raising them for the most part, all the way to slaughter. Unfortunately, we are a red meat eating society.
Yep.
and white meat, obviously. But man, don't go endangering somebody's life. If you want to protest,
Or your own.
shit, go out there and hold your sign on the side of the road. Let people know your voice. But don't go throwing rocks at somebody trying to wreck
Yeah.
them or jumping in front of a truck. It's just stupid.
Well, these people are
'Cause I'll
trying to
tell you something
sabotage that
about
guy's.
Bill Weaver,
Yeah.
I'm gonna flatten your ass if you're protesting me and you jump in front of me. I just tell the law I ain't got good brakes. I did
I just don't have
DOT
good brakes.
inspection the other day and I still couldn't stop.
That's funny. I just don't have good
And
brakes. Exactly.
That's why I hate to say this. I've always been an anti-camera guy, but I've become more and more of an advocate of having forward-facing cameras in commercial vehicles.
Yep.
To protect us from that kind of nonsense. Cars come by, brake check you because they disagree. I think I was coming out of Pennsylvania. I can't remember. I was coming back from somewhere here recently. I got on the interstate. I'm coming up to speed. I got a little cattle on. This lady pulls over, just about drives into the side of me, shaking her finger at me like I'm doing something wrong. And I'm like, really? I don't need a scolding from somebody who doesn't have a clue what I'm doing. Maybe I'm moving my cattle from one farm to another. People need to get over it and get over themselves. Just because you want to use your First Amendment right, don't make me use my my rights either to defend myself.
Your First Amendment right,
Exactly.
also. Yeah. Well, gentlemen, that right there was an hour of Chrome and Steel Radio Roundup, June, and we really appreciate it. That went by really quickly. That was fun.
It
Yeah.
wasn't bad at all.
That was
yeah.
not bad at all. Some things we need to wrap up here, gentlemen. Both of these guys here have their own shows. To my left is Mr. Bill Weaver.
Other way.
Oh, left or right, whatever
Really
this
left.
is. That
Yeah,
way.
they're-
That way. No, this way.
Yep, that
This
way.
way. This way. Right here.
Exactly,
This way.
yes.
This way. This way. Okay. Mr. Bill Weaver, Out on the Road show with Mr. Bill Weaver. He also has his own social media, Bill Weaver Music. So make sure you check him out. He is going live all the time, and he's playing. He plays requests. He plays some of his own originals. He plays some covers. So he plays
Cash.
Just
You
about
can
he
catch
plays
some good
he
Cash
plays
from
yeah.
Bill Weaver. That's my
Maddie
favorite.
Maddie's a huge Cash fan, and we know that Mr. Bill Weaver plays a lot of Cash. So make sure you tune into
Probably
him when he
gonna
goes
do
live.
that here after a while. I'm figuring on going live.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
I will be there.
Look out for Mr. Bill Weaver, and we'll share it everywhere. But look out for Mr. Bill Weaver and his Out on the Road show. So, Mr. Jerry Novak also is the host of Bull Holland BS, which is every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and his co-host is his son, Mr. Tyler Novak. Mr. Tyler is not here today, but I'm sure he'll be back on Tuesday. But make sure you tune into Bull Holland BS, where Jerry's talking about Fair Oaks and livestock and trucking and all different angles of the livestock industry. He has a very unique perspective just because he's in the cattle industry and agriculture, but also in the trucking industry and transportation. So make sure you watch Bull Holland BS. He has a lot of cool guests coming up here soon. So make sure you check him out. Our show here, Hope did. I don't think Hope made it today. I think it was her daughter's birthday, which is totally fine. But make sure you check out her show. It is on Thursday at 9 a.m. if you wake up that early, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, our show, Mr. Jack, of course, is not here today. He was also at a family gathering. But the Jack and Dave show is now it's Wednesdays. We finally found a good time, guys. I think. Wednesdays at noon. Jack and Dave show Wednesdays at noon, and we're doing a whole bunch more guests coming up. We have some people from the show truck world who actually own show trucks that are going to be coming on the show talking about chrome and stainless and showing in the truck world. So Jack and Dave show Wednesdays at noon. That right there is our Chrome and Steel Radio roundup for June. Make sure you visit chromeandsteelradio.com. Join the Chrome and Steel Club so you can see the Trucker Tales video when it comes out in late August. And we're trying to get our YouTube right now built up, so go to youtube.com and look for Chrome and Steel Radio and subscribe to us there. So all of our content is on our website, chromeandsteelradio.com, so check it out. Anything else, gentlemen? Bill, Jerry, Maddie, what do we got?
Nope.
Have a good rest of your
I'm
week,
good.
guys.
Yeah, have a good rest of the
Y'all
last
too.
3 hours of your weekend. Yeah. It's Monday tomorrow. We hope you have a wonderful Monday, and God bless you. Take care of yourself, and have a great work week. We'll see you next roundup time.
See y'all.
Peace out.
See ya.
Bye.
Where's your mom and them?
Y'all be good.